Hey, it's me, Tammy B, and this is my review for Scandal. All right, you guys, Scandal is back. So why last week I was all rushing, trying to get home, and forgot it didn't even come on. But anyway, we're back, and it was pretty good, you guys. So this is season 5, episode 18, titled "Till Death Do Us Part." All right, you guys. So we have some young, dirty-looking kid sitting on the porch playing what you call it? G.I. Joe. And next thing we know, we just hear some abuse going on in the background. The daddy is clearly beating the mama, and the daddy got the nerve to say something smart, like the mama better not say nothing smart about him going into his daughter's room at night. I was like, is that what happens in real life around here? Like, what? Who says that? But whatever, he's clearly an alcoholic. So basically, we come to find out that this little kid is Jake, y'all. So Jake comes from a broken home. His daddy used to beat his mama and molest his sister, and he used to just hear it. I guess, I don't know why. It's because Jake was the oldest, or because Jake was the son that he never did nothing to the son. But I don't know. That was so sad, you guys. So anyway, after that flashback and flashback to Jake in real life, y'all. So Jake is bringing breakfast to nappy-headed Olivia and while she all like sitting in the bedroom crying. So clearly she done ran to Papa Pope house after she killed old boy. So she all in the room, hair ain't combed, laying in the bed, sulking. So Jake bring her breakfast, talking about, oh, you got to wake up, get over it. Even Papa Pope come in there was like, you did what you had to do, don't worry. Jake and Fitz made sure nobody gonna investigate, so you good, just snap out of it or whatever. So side note, so she was in the room, and I guess it's decorated to make it seem like it's her childhood room. But I was like, dang, so Papa Pope lived in the same house all this time. And nothing is wrong with that, but it just made me think, like, as many people as you kill and murder and do bad stuff to you, I kind of feel like he would have to be on a run. And even when Olivia walked up to his house, he ain't had no gate or nothing. So I'm like, is Papa Pope that OG, nobody just mess with him? Or is that a flaw in the script? So anyway, Papa Pope tell Olivia, like, look, Jake, we had to move up the wedding. He getting married this Saturday, and he wants you to be there. So she just kind of whatever, roll back on over. So we get a lot of flashbacks from Jake, and I was here for all of these flashbacks. Like, we finally get Jake's story, and I really like it, even though it was a sad story. What I really like is just the fact that they were going back, the whole flashback scene, y'all. So apparently, Jake was a drunk Navy boy back in the day. He was always fighting and doing all these shenanigans. So one day he was in the hole. They pull him out of the hole, and here come Papa Pope. He was like, look, you about to go to jail for that guy you beat up because he was some senator's son. So you either about to go to jail for life or some crazy number of years. Or if you sign on as B613, as Jake Ballard, then you'll be free and you can start a new life. So at first Jake was like, nah, I'm good. And then, Papa Pope did some type of weird reverse therapy about, would you rather go back with your real daddy, yada, yada, yada. So Jake was about to beat him up, but then Papa Pope put him in a little headlock, so he agreed to sign. I forgot what his real name was, Peter something or whatever. So that was the deal. So that's how he met Papa Pope and became B613. So, y'all, we think sad Olivia all sad, Pope broken, lonely, but come to find out she just playing games. She not really that sad. She go for a run and she meet Huck and Quinn. Did y'all see that Mercedes? I was like, that Mercedes is hot. Where Quinn get a car like that from? But I guess all that philandering they doing, or Huck probably could just give her some fake insurance or something on a stolen car or something. I don't know. But I was like, Quinn, all right with your little Mercedes. So she goes to Quinn, Olivia goes to Quinn and Huck and just be like, all right, they're buying this whole sad act. They think I'm sad because I killed somebody, but really I'm not. I'm only staying around to find out what's going on with Jake. Like, it got to be something more to it because, the whole Edison thing, that's pretty much kind of over. And Jake is still trying to marry this girl, and they even moved the wedding up. So we need to find out what's really going on. So yeah, so the wedding is here, or the engagement party is here, and Olivia acting sad, so Jake come up was like, yeah, you ready to go to the engagement party? And she all quiet, crying, doing her little lip quivering stuff, talking about, I can't go. So Jake, fiance come upstairs, was like, come on, Jake, let's roll to our engagement party. So Jake was like, look, how about you go without me? The wife was like, oh, the hell no, that's what I would have been. Like, okay, I understand that's supposed to be your sister. Even if that was your real sister, you gonna not show up to the engagement party with me to console your sister? Like, no, her daddy downstairs, he can get that together. Like, So I was here for the little fiance on that. Like, oh, you sure that's your real sister? Because this sounds real fishy. Like, you going to come to your own engagement party, the one that you wanted to have in the first place, so you could twiddle in the bedroom with your sister? So I was like, yeah, I understand it, even though, of course, I like Olivia better. So I'm like, oh, go to your little party and wait for Jake. But, if that was me, if I was her, I would feel the same way. But Papa Pope come down and diffuse the situation like, no, Jake, y'all go to the little engagement party. I'll deal with Olivia. So that was that. So they did another flashback with Jake, you guys. So like I said, I guess Jake agreed to be in B613. They doing a whole little training, practicing putting together guns, practicing what gun do this, do that. And we see Charlie, y'all. So Charlie and Jake kind of joined at the same time. I was like, all right. And of course, Jake's still talking smack, laughing and chuckling at Papa Pope's commands. So Papa Pope was like, come on, let's go outside. And basically, Papa Pope was like, you keep playing games, you laughing like you either here or you not, or whatever. And then Papa Pope say something smart like, oh, would you rather your real daddy who beat your mama and molested your sister, or you want to do what I say? And of course, he all mean about it. So Papa Pope turns to walk away, and then Jake just try to beat him from the back, you guys. And of course, Papa Pope know all the tricks, so he broke his arm, socked him in the face, kicked him in the face. So he beat Jake's butt real bad, you guys. And then the next thing you know, they put Jake in the hole for like a whole month. So we at the engagement party. It's all cute. It's fancy. It's at the White House. People twiddling and having a good time. Jake and Fitz share a little moment on the White House balcony. Fitz told Jake, like, dang, why are you marrying old girl? I thought that since I wasn't in the picture no more, you would marry Olivia. And he was like, nah. Jake don't tell him the real reason. They just kind of like shoot the shit a little bit or whatever. So I just thought it was interesting that they both happened to talk about Olivia. I forgot what Fitz said. He said something like that he do love her, but it just didn't work out or something like that. I don't know, but I thought it was kind of cute how they was sharing a little moment about how they both still love Olivia, but it ain't working out with neither one of them, so both of them just moved on. So that was pretty interesting. So Fitz come home from the engagement party. Where was the wife? I don't know, because don't she live there or something like that? Well, I guess no, she have her own apartment, but she always there. So anyway, Olivia's playing drunk. She played drunk so good. I thought she was drunk for real too. Like, I know this whole time she's playing them, but I thought she was like drunk for real too. So basically she pretending like she drunk, like, oh, drink with me. You don't really love her. Like, you shouldn't even marry her. You might as well just admit it that you don't love her. And finally Jake was like, I don't love her. So boom, instantly she stopped playing drunk. It's like, boom, I knew it. I knew you didn't love her. So what's going on? Tell me what happened. And Jake was like, you and your father are a trip. I was like, yeah, I thought that too. So basically, Jake confesses like, I don't love her. I love you. And the real reason is because not only are we helping, what's Olivia old boo name? Edison. Not only are we helping Edison run for president, I'm gonna run vice president. And me marrying this girl, she's rich, she's powerful, she's kind of in the mix, so it'll bring attention to my name so people will know who I am. So Edison will be president and I'll be vice president. And Olivia's like, no, we can run away, don't do that, yada yada yada. Next thing you know, they all kissing and frolicking in the hallway. So I guess they have sex. Once again, we go back to a flashback of Jake and Papa Pope. Jake get out the hole. He's still hard. And Papa Pope used some weird reverse therapy to make Jake trust him instead of his real father. Like, he even get on Jake, like, how could you let your father molest your little sister all them years? Like, maybe when you was 5 years old, okay. But it got to a point where you was 17 and you was right across the hall. So I know you heard your father raping your sister every single night and you didn't say nothing. So apparently the sister got pregnant, she had an abortion, then she hung herself outside. I was like, wow, that is sad. That is so sad. Like, I'm like, I mean, I know when you're not in that situation, you can't speak on it, but I'm like, why didn't they run away? Like, maybe because they didn't want to leave their mama, but why didn't the mom run away? Like, I don't know. Like, I understand loving somebody even when they do wrong or illegal stuff, but to beat you, the mom was beat to her ribs was broken, and the daughter getting pregnant. I mean, they could have ran away. Like, geez, but whatever. Not whatever, but that was sad. So that was that. So Papa Pope was like, you either take your real daddy back or take me. I'm trying to help you. I gave you an opportunity. You was going to go to jail for life, but, you know, I taught you some training. I sharpened you up. You a good guy. Now you could just be with me with B613 and make this money. So Jake is down, clearly, and he give Papa Pope a hug, and I guess that's how he officially became his father. So Jake and Olivia say they still in love. So now they come up with this plan that Jake is gonna stand Vanessa up at the altar, because at first they were just gonna run away, but Papa Pope, you can't run away. He find everybody, right? So they came up with the plan. If Jake stands old girl up at the altar, he gonna look like the biggest jerk of all time, and nobody gonna want to run for him for vice president anyway. So then Papa Pope not gonna care about Jake no more anyway. But of course, Papa Pope learned about that plan. He showed up to the wedding and squeezed Olivia's hand and was like, look, I know what you're doing. Don't do that, because I'm going to beat you up. He didn't really say that, but he said something like that. And he was just like, look, I know your little plan about running away with Jake. No, fall back. If you do that with Jake, I'm going to kill Jake. So you either let him get married and this can be a wedding, or if you run away, then this going to be Jake's funeral. I love him so much that I want him to be happy, and being happy is not being with you. I was like, dang. But he was just saying, like, you know, you blew it. You could have been with anybody, but you picked the president. You picked to be a side chick, and then that didn't work anyway. So, you know, your little wedding and dreams is gone. Jake is my, like, other little son. So, hey, he gonna get married. He gonna have the career of his dream, be vice president, da-da-da-da-da. So, and I want that for him. I love him that much. I want that from him. But who says that? I want him, I love them so much, I kill him? Well, Ike Turner be saying that. But I was like, oh, Lord. So Olivia, you know, she goes to tell Jake, like, look, we can't do this no more. And instantly, like, Jake must really, I think Jake really loved Olivia, because instantly he knew, like, what happened, what your daddy say, this is not you. I know you love me. Why you falling back? And she was like, no, it's not my dad. It's me. You know how I always change my mind. I don't love you. You weak. You come to me for help all the time. I need a strong man. So I'm breaking up with you. It has nothing to do with nobody. So she talked a good game, y'all, but she just ripped him to shreds. Talk about how he was so weak, how, you know, she could just run circles through him, and he's a punk and he's broken. I was just like, dang, Olivia. Like, I know she had to get her point across, but I'm like, geez, break a nigga down. Why don't you? So let's see. Yeah, so Olivia walked out in her little strut. Fitz is like, is everything okay? But she just walked out or whatever. So that was that. So that was that, you guys. So Jake go ahead and get married. And was that wedding was so dry? Maybe it's because there was no real love. Like, we clearly now know that Jake don't love her. And maybe it was the decor. I know, I could tell that nice building. I'm pretty sure it was a lot. All of those exotic flowers, I'm pretty sure it was expensive. But I don't know. Everything just looked so ugly and plain and dry. I mean, but maybe that's us. You know how our weddings be. It'd be like a little circus. So maybe that's why. But the wedding seemed so, like, dry to me. But whatever. He go ahead. He did a long pause when the Reverend was like, oh, Jake, do you take this wife? It was a long pause. Even the Papa Pope was looking all nervous. Even the wife looked nervous for a second, but eventually Jake said, I do. So that's it, you guys. So now it's officially Mr. and Mrs. Jake Ballard. So he went ahead and married old girl, you guys. And that was pretty much the end of the wedding. So Papa Pope got what he wants in regards to the wedding. So then it did one last flashback scene where after Jake got out the hole, finished his B613 training, had on his new little nice white suit. So he goes back home, you guys. He walked in the door. His dad was like, what are you doing here? Bang, bang, y'all. 2 shots to the chest. he killed his dad, no hesitation. And he just walked out all bloody, looked on the ground and found his little G.I. Joe that he used to stash on the porch, got it, and went back to Papa Pope. And that's when Papa Pope was like, he saw all the blood on him, so he knew that meant like he did what he needed to do as far as his father finally. And Papa Pope was just like, welcome to B613. So boom, y'all, there you have it. So that was pretty good. I enjoyed it. Season 5, episode 18, Till Death Do Us Part. And of course, you know, the play on words with the title is because the wedding vows are Till Death Do You Part. That was one thing, since the episode was about a wedding. And I guess the twist on the words was because Papa Pope was saying like, Jake, either marry your girl or die. So it's literally like, till death do you part. So that was cute, you guys. That was Scandal. So you know what's up. Give me the thumbs up on this video. Go ahead and check me out on Twitter at TammyB_. All right, you guys, it's Friday, so enjoy your day. I'm excited. I'm hosting a little couples game night tonight, so that should be fun. And so I got to get back to work. I actually got a meeting. I'm like, why y'all? First of all, I'm leaving early today. It's Friday. I don't even know why y'all doing all this. Like, I need this meeting to be quick, fast, and in a hurry so I could do what I got to do and move on with my life, you know? And then I got set up. This guy was like, oh, y'all want to have some barbecue today? So we was like, sure. So he sent us the link to the place. It's not barbecue. When I hear barbecue, I think ribs and barbecue sauce. But it was like a Mediterranean grill place. I'm like, dude, this is not barbecue. But all right, you know, I'll oblige. And then the guy cancels and don't even tell all of us. So we all waiting, poor, broken, lonely, and starving. And the guy ended up canceling and only told half of us. So we all waiting. So now I'm hungry. And I got a meeting in like 15 minutes. And I didn't even go to lunch because I was waiting on the barbecue. I was like, oh, I'm not dealing with these people no more and they fake barbecue. So that was it, you guys. Oh my goodness, I wanted to tell you guys a quick story. But you know what? I have you know, you can't hold your life, put your life on hold for other people. But I have a few major things that has happened in my life, but I don't really share them because I feel like it'll incriminate somebody I love. And I don't want to do that. But y'all, why did I get robbed? Did I tell y'all I got robbed? And only reason that made me think about that was because Papa Pope, when Jake went to him from behind and he instantly just like did some type of move and broke his arm, like it made me think of that. Well, first of all, I didn't get robbed like that. Like nobody like grabbed me and robbed me, but I left my purse down. Okay, my bad, whatever. And somebody went in it and stole the stuff. So I was just like, oh my gosh, I tossed and turned that whole night. Because then some girl ended up telling me like, oh, that guy went in your purse and stole your money. So I ran up to him, was like, dude, run me my money. And he was like, oh God, to start pulling stuff all out of his pockets and to show that the money wasn't there. And I just walked away because I was like, Lord, I don't have time, right? And plus all my cousins ended up coming around and they was going to deal with it. Or I thought they were going to deal with it, but they didn't end up beating him up like I thought we were. So in my head, I was like, I should have just beat him up by myself. Like, what could have happened? Like, he was fat. I could have just did something and then just, I don't know, ran. Like, maybe he would have hit me, whatever. Because, you know, I definitely not for just women just running up on men and just thinking that they ain't going to get hit back. So I was prepared to get hit back. But I feel like he was so fat, like I could have just ducked and dived. I think if I would have just got one hit in, I just would have felt better about myself versus not doing anything at all. But you know, the Lord works in mysterious ways, y'all, because that was the last money that I had. And well, I don't know if it was the last money I had. I had just got the money that morning, I'll say that. And so I stressed about it. I tossed and turned. Y'all, of course, my husband wasn't there. So, of course, I go home and tell him, oh, my gosh. He get his knife. He go back. He go through the hood looking for dude. And I'm just like, you know, let's drop it or whatever. And like I said, I tossed and turned all night like, oh, I should have did this. I should have did this. And da-da-da-da-da. But, of course, I didn't do any of that. So I didn't even get a good night's sleep. I don't know. I feel like I told this story. I don't know if I told it to you or if I had told it to somebody else. And then the next day, you guys, it was church. And I got up and just went to church. I didn't get not a wink of sleep. I got up and went to church. And This girl who borrowed money from me last year just happened to give me my money that she borrowed from me last year. I was like, look at God. But that don't take away the fact, if I still see dude, oh, it's going down. Like, and I have a feeling I'm going to see him again. I don't know why I have a feeling I'm going to see him. And why twice since then I'm all rolling through the hood. And I was looking like, oh my God, that's him. But of course it wasn't him. I don't even know if I would recognize him because that was my first and only time ever seeing him. But, and it's not about the money. It's about the principle of the matter. Like, dude, like for real? So it's way more to the story, but that was the gist of it. And even though, like, so when Papa Poke did that move, I was like, man, that's what I should have did to the guy that robbed me. So that's that, you guys. But I mean, lesson learned, of course. I mean, I never leave my purse in the first place, but I didn't think that nobody was gonna rob me, you know. And the funny thing is, usually I don't even carry cash. So somebody gave me some cash that morning, and that's why I had cash in my purse. But if that was any other day, oh boy, would have just found some receipts and some napkins, because that's all that usually be in there. So anyway, you guys, sorry if I had told y'all that story already, but it was just on my mind for whatever reason. I guess because seeing the little killer moves that they was doing in B613 training. All right, you guys. So that was it. Enjoy you guys this weekend, and I will see you guys in the next review. All right, bye.